Good evening, students. Am I audible? Please confirm. Good evening, students. Please confirm. Am I audible? Students, tell the other students to join as soon as possible, and then I'll start. Okay, just within 2 minutes I will start. Okay, we cannot wait for the whole day. Already, the time was at 4 o'clock, and still slowly students are joining. That's not to be done. Please tell the others to join as quick as possible. Okay, students, hello. I'm sorry, there is an emergency. Can I take 5 more minutes of yours? I know I have taken a lot of time, but there is some emergency I need to sort out. Please, please. Thank you for your patience. Thank you very much. Okay, good evening, students. I'm extremely sorry for taking this much time. There was an emergency situation I needed to tackle. So, are you good to go? First of all, I thought that I should cancel the session, but I said no, let's continue with this. Okay. So, guys, what I was explaining is section 132. And before I go on, I want to just to confirm that are you people clear with section 132? Section 132. All of you, what we have done so far. Let me show you that what we have done so far. So if you just look at section 132, that is NFR, we understood first of all that which is the establishing authority. So which one is the establishing authority? And the answer will be establishing authority will be what? Central government. So central government will be establishing authority. Second, guys, what are the main objectives and the functions? So it is about making and recommending the accounting standards and the auditing standards, as well as just look into that whether the compliance is properly made or not, and whether professionals are working with the highest standard of integrity or not. So it is just like the oversight whether professionals have done the auditing work properly or not. That will be done. As far as the composition is concerned, one chairman and the maximum 15 members. So you know the who will be the members, one from RBI, one from SEBI, one from Ministry of Corporate Affairs, three members would be from ICI, having different category. What I can say, the president of ICI, accounting standard committee president, and auditing standard committee president. That would be there, and two members from the expertise. So this is what is as of now considered and taken. I hope it's clear to all of you, right? All right. One thing also I explained here, and that was this part, that if any professional who is the member and under the full-time employment of NFRA, he cannot be consulted anywhere, he cannot be associated to any other firm. I think this much we have done in the morning session as far as 132 is concerned, right? 132. Now let's learn 132 subsection 4. This about the power, what it can do. So it will have, look at, it is written that notwithstanding anything contained in any other law, time being in force, NFRA shall have the following powers. So look at all the powers are categorized into subsection 4 clause A and B. All right. These many parts are. So what they have? First, they have that have the powers to investigate either suo motu. This word is very important, suo motu. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by the term suo motu here? Suo motu means what? So the term suo motu, what is written over here, what do you mean by that? Suo motu का मतलब क्या हुआ? It means, write down, voluntarily, on his own. Voluntarily, on his own. That means without complaint, he can start investigation. I don't know whether you have learnt about any suo motu application. Let me tell you one of the cases I was in just researching on. Police found 5 dead bodies on side the road. Nobody was the complainant. And even without complaint, the police took the suo motu action and started investigation. So suo motu means without complaint, it can start investigation, or on a reference made by it either by central government or such class of body corporates or the persons, the way it is mentioned as may be prescribed into the matters of professional or other misconduct committed by any member or firm of chartered accountants registered under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. So guys, I love this particular subsection. Look at what I like the most in this subsection is nothing is mentioned about company secretaries, nothing is mentioned about the cost accountants, nothing is mentioned about any of the profession, lawyer, advocates. एक ही बंदे का नाम लिखा है भाई. Who they are? So can I say this entire NFRA body is made to conspire against the entire community of chartered accountants? They have problem with CAs. Does it show or not? Just for a joke point, not I'm seriously on that. They want to conspire against the chartered accountancy because no other professional is mentioned, because they know that who is the main in this scam, in the fraud. So investigation against the chartered accountants, that is the main power, whether complaint is given or not given. Okay. Provided that no other institute or body shall initiate or continue any proceedings in such matters of misconduct where the National Financial Reporting Authority has initiated an investigation under this section. Now, what is this particular paragraph? This paragraph actually provides the great politics. Now maybe you're thinking, sir, what kind of politics you're talking about? Let me tell you, ICI is very smart. Do you agree with that? ICI is very smart. So whenever something is detected, now what ICI statement in the court is, sir, don't do, sir. I will take care. You know, during childhood, when you were a kid and you made some mischief, what did you do if you just took a stone and you broke that glass shield of the car? Obviously, neighbor will come when he sees that, okay, you have broken that glass shield. What he will do? He will come and start beating you. Happened with you? Like while you have done some mischief and your neighbor or somebody suddenly comes and start beating you, starts scolding you. Has it ever been happened with you? Hello? No, never. कभी आपके साथ नहीं हुआ ऐसा? कुछ गलत किया आपको लोग आके सीधा बोलना शुरू हो गए. Always while playing cricket. Okay. So suddenly your parents comes and says and asks what happened, and then he starts saying, look what your kid has done. Your kid has fell at the stone and broke my glass of the car. What your parents do is your parents will pretend like he's scolding you, like he's beating you. He said, don't worry, I will teach him lesson today. Chal tu ghar pe chal, dekh teri khair leta hu. Have you ever seen such kind of dialogue around you? I'm asking to the whole class, not only to one. Come on. चल तो घर चल आज तेरी अच्छे से care करती हूँ. Has it ever happened with you? But after going to home, obviously parents scold, but not that much. Because they know this is our own blood. The same way, guys, ICA is very smart. When the chartered accountant is detected and caught in making any fraud or something like, what he does is ICA suddenly comes and tells to the court and says, okay, you don't take any action. I will teach my member a lesson. And what they do is they suspend the chartered accountant for 6 months, 8 months. Is this suspension sufficient for covering the fraud amounting to rupees 5,000 crores and covering the fraud amounting to rupees 500 crores? Do you really think that this would be sufficient? क्या लगता है आपको? No, not at all. So, guys, that drama of ICI will not work now because if you look at this paragraph, it is written that provided that no other institute or body shall initiate or continue any proceedings in these matters of misconduct when NFRA is investigating this. That means wonderful. बम्बू कर दिया यहाँ पे. अब देखे what it trying to say. If NFRA is investigating ICI, other tribunal, CBI, police, everyone will be put aside. Even not a CBI. Even not a CBI. So nobody's interferences will be accepted under this section. So can I say law has given ultimate powers to NFRA against chartered accountants? Do you agree with this now? Hmm? That it will not let the others to investigate. Look at the provision. कितना खूबसूरती से लिखा है. I love it. Wow. Let's read further. So look at this power they have put in the separate subsection that as it is the special matter for the chartered accountant, they have allotted the special clause A for that. Clause A. Alright. Read it further. Now these all are the common powers, but this power I like the most. Investigation against professional chartered accountant. And when NFR is investigating, nobody is allowed to interfere in the matter. Wonderful. Okay, further it says, are the same powers as are vested in the civil court under the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 while trying the suit in respect of the following matters namely. So actually it is the power as like the judge of civil court. So never underestimate the power of NFR. What are the other general powers? It has the power like discovering and production of books of account and other documents. So it can ask either company or to the professional that produce any document, produce books of accounts, at such place and such time as may be specified by the NFRA. So it can demand the documents. That's very easy power. It can issue the summons. Summons, you understand? Summoning and enforcing the attendance. Summoning means calling here. Have you ever seen in the okay? Is there any person who is watching Crime Patrol show every day? anyone who is the fan of crime petrol, I am the fan of that. Great. Look, if really you people want to be the good entrepreneur in your life, watch these two shows. Crime Petrol will give you the idea about the crimes, and that will make you very much cautious about what is happening in the society. Trust me, because that is totally based on the real incidents. And the second show is Shark Tank. Do you know about the Shark Tank? It is originally US based show, but now recently launched in India. So that is also a great show to watch. If you particularly a chartered accountant student, trust me guys, you should not leave this Shark Tank show. It is all about business. It is all about business. Okay, fine. So here, summoning means calling and enforce him to attend him and examine them on the oath. That means you can call anyone and NFRA can call anyone and just take this treatment. Inspection of any books, registers, and the documents, issuing the commissions of for examinations of witness or the documents. So you can ask anyone to be the witness where professionals or other misconduct is proved. Move and have the power to make order for this kind of things. So now from this, my students, the penalty is starting. If any professional is found doing misconduct, then this is the power to announce the penalty. What kind of penalty CA can get? This is very interesting. Look, guys, till this, whatever we have learned, whatever we have read, trust me, that is all about the chartered accountants. So imposing a penalty of not less than 1 lakh rupees, but which may extend to 5 times of the fees received. अच्छा हमारी फीस से प्रॉब्लम है हम लोगों को. So fees can increase up to 5 times of what we have collected in case of individuals and not less than 5 lakh rupees, but which may extend to 10 times of the fees received in case of the firms. So if there are chartered accountant firms, तो और भी ज्यादा दिक्कत होने वाली है. Debarring the member or the firm from being appointed as an auditor or as being internal auditor or undertaking any audit in respect of the financial statements or internal audit of the functions and activities of any company or body corporate. That is too huge. You are withdrawing our power of auditing. But yes, NFRA can do that. NFRA can do that. So guys, how to remember section 132? Many students are asking, so is there a shortcut? Yes. It is the hit rate of NFRA towards chartered accountant. Just think about that and all the topics will automatically come to you. Isn't it? Okay, can you tell me one thing in this entire observation, what is good for CA? In this entire conversation, I think since morning, we people are discussing section 132, all the paragraphs and everything. What is good for us? Can I say only one thing is positive in this entire definition or entire section? That these 3 members are there in the committee belongs to ICI. 3 members are from ICAI out of all the 15. Isn't it the positive sign? At least those can take our side. No. Guys, I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say, right? Okay. So, debarring the firm being appointed or debarring the member of the firm from performing any valuation as provided under section 247. Now, what's valuation? There are a lot of chartered accountant firms which are engaged in the valuation of business. But if it is found that just to impress the investors, they are giving the wrong valuation. So what they can do is they can ban such chartered accountants and the firm from valuing it. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. And for how much time they can ban? For minimum 6 months and highest is for the 10 years, which may be determined by the NFR. So guys, now be very careful. If you are a practicing chartered accountant, you can be banned at any point of time. And PwC has tested this. It was banned. Recently, I think this 1 or 2 years back, the ban just taken off. Otherwise, it was banned from auditing, not by the NFR, but by the court, of course. So, this is very interesting now. Look at this. I salute the man who prepared this 132. I'm pakka sure he has a lot of rage and hatred towards chartered accountants. जिसने भी बेटा ये provision बनाई है ना, वो जिंजर खा के सीए के पीछे पड़ गया. I don't know what's the problem he has with the chartered accountants. Why? Look at now he's specified. For this purpose of this subsection, the expression professional or other misconduct shall have the same meaning as assigned under the section 22 of the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. So guys, now this thing is crystal clear that this is talking about what? Did you observe? We are not talking about company secretaries. Aren't they are practicing? Huh? Aren't they in practice? They're not talking about the cost accountants. They're not talking about the advocates. Alright, why these people are also involved in the financial statements? Why are you running behind only CS? But nahin. इन लोगों को इनसे प्रॉब्लम है. I hope you can understand, right? He explanation. Look at the is it explanation or should I take it as the sarcasm? God, isn't it a sarcasm? Clearly, it is written that look by the term expression professional or other misconduct shall have the same meaning as provided under section 22 of the Chartered Accountants of Act 1949. टोंट मार रहे हो उनको कि देख भाई और कोई नहीं तू ही है बकरा तो तू ही बनेगा कटेगा तो तू ही तू तो गियो ठाकुर यू आर गॉन. आई एम सॉरी एक्चुअली आई कैन नॉट यूज हिंदी बट वो डायलॉग लगते हैं यहाँ पे. आह वो डायलॉग लगते हैं क्या बताए अभी. I think all the students are not comfortable with Hindi, right? If I use little bit this word punch or something. All right. Why do let's go in that. Further, it says that any person aggrieved by any order of the NFRA issued under these subsections, they can appeal for the appellate tribunal by paying certain fees. So wow, subsection 5 is good for us. He said, fine, if you don't like the order passed by NFRA, appeal in the appellate tribunal. And this is the same appellate tribunal where all the companies' cases are getting fought. National Company Law Tribunal we are talking. Now, what is the procedure, guys? This procedure is mentioned under section 410, but that would be taught at your CA final level, not at this point of time. So, guys, before I proceed to other sections, all of you are clear with this subsection 5, 132 subsection 5? All of you are clear till this? Hello? है ना पूरा कितना भयानक बनाया है. ठीक है. Okay, thank God 6, 7, 8 and 9 they are omitted. Let me see if the content is out. Do you want to see what was the original content which is deleted now? Do you want to see this? Original content कौन सा था? It is written that 6 is omitted, 7 is omitted, 8th is omitted, 9th is omitted. तो भाई original क्या था? Simply click on the third. चलो. Can you see this third? This was the original content. Central government, look at this. If you look at the subsection 6, which is not here now, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you look at these are the original omitted content. It says that the central government, by notification, constitute with effect from such date as may be specified an appellate authority consisting a chairperson and not more than 2 of the members be appointed by the central government for hearing appeals arising out of the orders of the NFRA. Now look at subsection 5 and subsection 6. 6 gave the power to central government to have the another appellate authority. So somebody told, why already we have appellate tribunal. We have appellate tribunal. Why should we go with another authority? Appellate tribunal already is there. So shift all these professional burdens to them. So guys, when appellate tribunal is there, why should we have the separate authority of subsection 6? So guys, once we have improved, we have altered this part where all those cases are shifted to appellate tribunal. Doesn't make sense to have this separate authority, and that's why 6 is deleted. Are you finding the logic between these two? Hello? 5th and 6th, all of you? Are people finding the logic between these two, 5th and 6th? Hello? Alright. Then 7th point. What 7th part is trying to say here? If you come to 4th point, it says that the qualification for appointment of the chairperson and the members of the appellate authority. So did you see, guys, 6, 7 both are about the separate authority of the central government. But now all the cases are shifted to a national company tribunal. So there is no any significance to have this subsection 6 and subsection 7. That's why 6 and 7 are omitted. And look at the 8 and 9. I'm damn sure that is also about the appellate authority. So if you look at the subsection 8, which is omitted, it is about the fees and the how it will be filed. Ninth is also saying about the officer authorized by the appellate authority. But by 6, 7, 8, and 9, all these provisions now are shifted to appellate national company law appellate tribunal. So when already better authority is available, there is no use of having the subsection 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that's why these people have deleted it. Because many students are asking, sir, why it is deleted. So this is the reason why it is deleted. Are you clear with everyone? Am I clear with everyone? Hello? All right. So now after that, I want to shift towards this section 10. Now 10 to 15, guys, that is very easy subsections and I will not take much time in that. It is about the administration and the management. So look, subsection 10 says they can shall meet at any time in the places to discuss a lot of matters they want. Subsection 11 says that central government appoint a secretary. It's not about company secretary. Here it is about IAS officer and other employees as it may consider necessary for the efficient performance. So they can appoint. That means the central government will provide the support of staff. That is subsection 11. Did you see the same kind of thing we learned in the IEPF? Central government will establish the fund and there will be composition and government will provide the staff and did you know? Do you know? Same kind of thing was there as well. Employee will be provided, chairperson will be provided like. Then the head office of the NFRA, it will be New Delhi. Okay. And but if, for the meeting purpose, they can meet at any place in India, wherever they are comfortable. NFRA shall maintain the books of accounts in the format as the central government provides with the consultation of CAG and accounts of the NFRA would be audited by CAG. And you know, guys, whatever is audited by CAG at the end of the day, that will be forwarded to what? Where? In the both the houses of parliament. Then, my dear friend, NFRA will also prepare the report in the form, as we mentioned, it's called the annual report. And this annual report would be given to the central government and central government duly audited by the Comptroller Auditor General of India, and that will be placed in both the houses of parliament. So guys, these contents are almost similar like that investor education and protection fund. So section 10 to 15 if you look at both almost similar. क्या है उसमें? हाँ, मीटिंग होगा, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट will provide the staff, head office will be at Delhi, accounts will be prepared in consultation with CAG. CAG will audit at the year end. NFR will prepare the annual report about the workings and that will be forwarded to central government. That and it will contain the financial statements audited by CAG, and that report will be placed at both the houses of parliament. That's all. So, guys, that is the beautiful content of section 132. I hope everyone is clear. Just a second. All right, I'm extremely sorry for the inconvenience, guys. I had to do that. Now, all of you clicked the 132. Fine. So now we are shifting towards another very important section that's called the one. Okay, till this, anyone has any doubt? I think everything is cleared. किसी को कोई doubt वगैरह हो तो बताओ. ठीक है. Okay, so after 132, what's the next one is 133. Okay, and what is 133 all about? So 133 provides the special power to the central government to issue the accounting standards. Accounting standards. All right, and look, 133 and 134, I will not go in detail because what are the accounting standards and all that stuff, I think you people know very well, right? Come on. 134, it is about the board report. Only two sections I will discuss in detail. Other contents you have to do on your own. On your own. Alright? So 133 is about powers of central government to prescribe the accounting standards. Powers of central government to prescribe accounting standards. Alright? So you look at this powers of central government. Where it is written, it is mentioned here. Yes. 133 we're talking about. So this much only given. The CG has the right to prescribe the accounting standards as recommended by the ICI as constituted under Section 3 of the ICI Act. Alright. Now, look, in 12th September 2013, this beautiful provision came. And ICI was again smiling. Wow, look at I got the power. Because the central government has given me the power to recommend the accounting standards. तो ICI जो है ना अपना बहुत हवा में उड़ रहा था. देखो अपन के पास power है. And then guys, in 2016, they have inserted this green color letters. And suddenly the smile went off. Okay. First paragraph is clear. The central government has the power to prescribe the accounting standards on recommendation of ICI. Hello? Come on. Okay. Further, it is written that in consultation with and after examination of the recommendation made by the NFRA. So NFRA is also there. But now this green color, what they have said, until the NFRA is constituted under section 132, the CG may prescribe the accounting standards as recommended by the ICI, as prescribed by ICI under section so and so, in consultation with and after examination of the recommendation made by the NFRA on advisory committee on accounting standards constituted under section so and so. Now, what this point is trying to say here? You tell me actually ICI will prepare the accounting standards, but on whose recommendation? So NFRA. But as I told you, because NFRA came on charge somewhere in the year of 2018-19. So what about the consultation? So what law says here that till NFRA gets constituted, National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards, whatever prescribes, ICI will recommend the same to central government. So ultimately what this provision is trying to say in the green color, let me tell you. Look at the hierarchy, how the hierarchy is going under section 153. So it is written that NFRA will recommend ICI. And then ICI will prepare the accounting standards and it will be given to central government. But until NFRA is made, the advisory committee would be in place of NFRA as far as the consultation is concerned. But today, NFRA is there, so now advisory committee doesn't have any role. But till it was not prepared, not constituted, instead of NFRA, advisory committee was recommending everything. advisory committee was recommending everything. So, guys, is it clear to all of you? Hello? Advisory committee was recommending everything. Hmm? Is it clear? All right. After 134, the other point where we want to go, it is the 130. Sorry, after 133, we are going for 134. Look at the 134. This is too huge. Too huge. Now, what do you want me? Should I go on each and every subsection, or just because only 2 points I want to discuss, and after that, contents I don't want to discuss. Do you want me to go for each and every subsection, or just the major points and the rest I leave on you? Come on. I have not seen much questions to be. And by the way, whole 134 is there at your auditing subject. Auditing subject is there. So same chapter, what I'm teaching right now, accounts as well as auditing will be repeated at your auditing chapter. ठीक है? तो जल्दी से खत्म करें उसको. I'm getting not much more recommendations like responses other than Mahima, but I'm asking to others as well. Do you people want me to do each and every points or only major points? Answer question. Okay, what I'll do is I will go quickly on those points. I'll not in detail. Is it fine? I'll read I'll go with the point. I'll tell you what is this, and that's all. And practically, if you want to see how does board report looks like, so the last session I showed you financial statements of Infosys Limited. बताया था? Financial statements of Infosys Limited. I showed you the same. You can just take it here, and you can check it. Okay, how does it look like? Okay. So fundamentally, if you look at it, how many subsections are there? Let's have the overview of the subsections and then we'll go with the contents. So 134, if you look at it, it is about the financial statements and the board report. So total how many subsections are there if you count down? So technically here totally 8 subsections are. 8 subsections. In these 8 subsections, what is important for exam? So first is very much important. What is the first one? It is about the signature on financial statement. Another subsection, what is important is the signature on board report. Please let me show you. Okay, subsection 6 and subsection 1. These two subsections are very important for your exam. Right on, as far as the section 134 is concerned. Where you need to pay more focus, जहाँ से question आ सकती है, तो subsection 1 many times question was there at exam, and another one is subsection 6. ये दो सबसे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे. Why these two are very important for exam? Because subsection 1 is about who can sign the financial statement. Where if you look at the subsection 6, it is about the board report. Who can sign the board report? So there are a lot of questions I have observed in very much professional exams where they are trying to explain that who will sign the financial statements and who has the right to sign the board report. ये दोनों आपको सबसे पहले आपको चाहिए. What are the other subsections? Other subsection is about the contents of board report, what to show, how to show, to whom the board report and the financial statement will be circulated, and how to upload this to the website. You see the board report and the financial statements, whatever you prepared. It is these two are the public documents. Books of accounts are not public documents. But financial statement of each and every company is public document, so it should be uploaded to your website. So what are the provisions of your website? What are the provisions of your website? We need to go with. We need to understand that. So are you getting it, guys? हमें क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है? All of you. ठीक है? Okay, so let's take one question first of all. Before I start this 134, I want all of you to have a question. आपका question कैसे जाएगा मैं आपको बताता हूँ अभी. This is not done. उत्तरी. ये कैसे हो सकता है? हाँ, ये तो होना चाहिए. Okay. I thought somebody deleted it. Think, guys, you have made very hard efforts and suddenly somebody deleted your folder. कैसा लगेगा आपको? चार्ज चैप्टर हो गई ना. चार्ज हो गई. क्या 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 हुआ? प्रोस्पेक्टस हो गया है. चार्ज हुआ. मेंबरशिप हो गया. एंड अभी अकाउंट चल रहा है. ठीक है, कोई नहीं. एक क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं अभी. देखते हैं. Okay. Look at now these questions. Can you see this word file? Can you see this word file? हाँ, डिविडेंड हो गया है. अच्छा, तो कॉम्प्टी लॉ में अच्छे खासे चैप्टर हो गए. कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Are you able to see this word file? Please come and respond. Thank you, Nimi. What is written that XYZ is the company who has not prepared and filed the statements. And these are the financial statements for the last 5 years. Whether the current year's directors can sign all the financial statements for the last 5 years. What do you think about it? Don't read the answer. Don't read it. XYZ. So for okay, take it this particular section and try to check any और question तो होना तो चाहिए ही. Oh, that is not there. As of now, only one question is there. So if you want to understand this, it is given the under subsection 1. What it says, let me show you. The financial statement, including the consolidated financial statement, if any. First of all, it shall be approved by the board of directors before they are signed. Before they are signed. So when approved by board of directors means what? In the board meeting, the board resolution will be passed. Alright? On behalf of the board. Now this is very important. This part is very, very important. From here, your real point is starting. Who will sign this? So first of all, by the chairman. So look at here, the first of all, who will sign the financial statements? Write in the question. Who will sign financial statements? So the point number 1, who will sign this here? So it is written that chairman or chairperson. Chairperson. Look, this question is not as easy as you people are thinking. Okay. So it is written that chairperson of the company where he is authorized by the board. This word is very important. So fundamentally, if you look at how we can just make the presentation with, but इसके काम करता हूँ, I'm giving you a chart because this is a bit tricky to answer. Go in this way, okay? Signing financial statements. Look, guys, sometimes students are asking, sir, why attendance of class is important. All these charts and all these presentations, what I'm making, that you will not find in my material. Yeah, these all are available only in the classroom. So if you want to make your study easy, I think for that reason you should attend all the classes. Okay? So there are two segments. If chairman is authorized by board, if chairman is authorized by board, and second is chairman is not authorized by board. If chairman is authorized by board and the second is chairman is not authorized by board. These 2 points are there. If chairman is authorized by board, first of all, it will be signed by chairman. Okay. Till this everyone is clear? Hello? Now this is very interesting. If or by two directors, when it is written or by two directors, that means if chairman is not authorized, then by two directors. Then it will be by two directors. Okay. Two directors. Now, again, in these two directors, there are 2 points. What it is written further, it says that one shall be MD if N. So again, guys, there are 2 points whether the director is MD or not. Whether right company has MD, company doesn't have. Company doesn't have MD. So either company has MD or company doesn't have MD. We have these 2 two situations here. अबे यार ये क्या हो रहा है Excel को? I'm not able to click this. Wow. What the hell? To stop it, I guess. Take it. So you one and two, and let us click in this. Like it. Let me just have a column. Excuse me, just a second. All right. So guys, if company has MD and company doesn't have MD. Okay, if company doesn't have MD, then it will be signed by two directors in place of chairman. But if company has managing director, then out of these two directors, one must be what? Okay, one shall be MD. So one signatory must have to be managing director. Okay, till this everyone clear, guys? You can type the word yes or no. Till this everyone is clear? Again, you look at it. Signing the financial statement. Nobody even imagined this one subsection could be so tricky that it should be signed by the chairman. In the absence of chairman, it should be signed by two directors. But if company has the managing director, out of these two directors, one must be managing director. And if company doesn't have a managing director, then same two directors will continue. Okay? Same two directors will continue. Are you clear? Okay, so this is just about the replacement of chairman. So look at this diagram over here. In this chart, you see the two directors are replacement of the chairman. Because even if there is a chairman, but if he is not authorized by board, then two directors. But if chairman is authorized, then these two directors will not sign financial statements. Yeah, if they want to, it's fine, but it is not compulsion. Along with that, who are the other parties? So let me tell you. ये तो है ही. Okay, these people are definitely there. But along with that, okay, let me. Yeah. Along with this, there are some more people who will also sign this. Now, who are those more people? Let me show you this. Subsection 1. It says that out of which one shall be managing director, if any, and the chief executive officer. So here it is written and. So along with these guys, few more people would be right down here. Chief executive officer, that means CEO, CFO, company secretary if he's appointed. Company secretary if he's appointed. Company secretary if he's appointed. All right, if it is there. And if there's a OPC, and if it is signed by only one director, that would be fine. That would be fine. Okay. So guys, I want all of you to just copy this. So you tell me guys, the question what I showed in the Word file that since last 5 years, the financial statements are not uploaded to the ROC. And now existing directors only want to sign everything. So is this compliance valid or not valid? So look, only directors are not there. Along with directors, CEO, CFO, company secretary, if they are there, they need also to sign this. But if they are there, you are not getting it signed by them, it is non-compliance. It is non-compliance. Are you getting me what am I trying to say here? Hello? It is non-compliance. Are you getting me what am I trying to say here? It is non-compliance. Copy this and type the word W's. Wow, great. इसको बेटा copy कर लो. This is 134 subsection 1. Thank you, Shikun. Okay, guys, this was very important now, as far as 134 is concerned. But if I ask you, what about subsection 6? As I told you in this entire 134, my part is just to explain these two sections because the remaining sections are just showing about the website uploading and the contents. So I doesn't require much efforts to explain that. I'll just go in brief and I'll complete it. Sorry. Yes, yes, sir. Can you put yourself? Okay. Now is it fine? भाई अब तो मैं बाहर आ गया. All right. So what is section 134 subsection 6? So if you come to this, ये भी एग्जाम के लिए काम का है अपना. If you come here, 134 subsection 6, it's talking about signing of board report. So guys, if you look at this subsection, almost it is same like subsection 1, but there are certain changes. What are the changes? You need to identify, you need to differentiate. What it is written? Written that board report and any annexure of board report, it shall be signed by chairperson of the company if is authorized by the board. So till this, the provision is same or different? Of course, it is common sense, it is same. And where he is not so authorized, it shall be signed by at least 2 directors. That is also fine. That is the same thing. And one of whom shall be managing director or by the director where there is one director. One of whom shall be managing director. So obviously, if there is MD is appointed, he will be there, or by the director where there is only one director. So, and in under what circumstances there can be one director? It is about OPC. In the OPC, there can be only one director. So, in the case of OPC, if one director is signing, it would be valid compliance. So, what am I trying to say? Above entire point, it is the same thing, but these three provision, this wala part is not applicable in signing the board report. Why? Because look, CFO and board report, chief financial officer, he has just a concern with finance. Is he concerned with the entire strategy? Is he the part of strategy? Answer the question. Answer the question. CFO, is he part of the strategy other than finance? He has nothing to do with the marketing. He has nothing to do with the advertisement. He has nothing to do with the research and development. So why he signs the board report, which contains all the information regarding marketing, HR and everything? Why he should sign this? So what am I trying to say, guys? As far as the what I can say is board report is concerned, this bottom part is not applicable. Okay, if you want me to just sign on that, so let's tell me like this. No, oh, WebEx is really becoming very tough to manage now. Do you know any command in WebEx where I can just hide the controls? Now I think I got it. Okay, just write in the small note here that while signing board report, signature of these persons not necessary, not required, not required. All right. So that is the explanation of section 134, subsection 6. Is it clear? Type the word clear if you got till this. Hello. Why not even CS, sir? CS is the compliance officer. CS is the compliance officer. And board report is not about only compliance, Mahima. Board report is not a bit about only compliance. It contains a lot of other strategic decisions. So the company secretary who doesn't know much about that, why she should sign it? So board report is just applicable towards directors only. So I think this is the shortcut to remember. If there is a question who can sign the board report, it should be, restrained only up to, it should be restricted up to director's signature only. Others, I think they should not participate at all. Do you agree with this? हो गया? But if it is done, you can type the word down clear. Then I can go to the remaining now miscellaneous points given under section 134. But as far as exam is concerned, हमारे लिए इतना ही काम का बाकी तो सिर्फ पढ़ के छोड़ दो उसको. I can't see the fluctuation in your batch. Sometimes the students are coming, sometimes they are not coming. I cannot say that how sincere you are towards the study. Or maybe you are thinking, some of you may be thinking, अरे recording है ना कर लेंगे क्या फर्क पड़ता है. Don't rely much on recordings. वो आज है कल ना भी हो. भाई साहब रिकॉर्डिंग्स पे ज्यादा भरोसा मत कीजिए, वो धोखा भी दे सकता, धोखा भी दे सकता. ठीक है. All right, guys, then let's go with the mission in this part and let's begin with the subsection 2 now. 134 subsection 2. So guys, 134 subsection 2. देखिए बेटा, अब मैं डिटेल में नहीं जाने वाला हूँ, जस्ट ओवरव्यू करवा के छोड़ रहा हूँ, ठीक है. So guys, what is subsection 2 here? It says that auditor's report must be given to every financial statement. So obviously, auditor's report is just the theory content about the notes, what he has audited. So financial statement must be accompanied with auditor's report. All right. So there shall be attached statements laid before a company in the general meeting, a report by its board of directors. So guys, while there's an AGM, board report will be placed, it will be laid before the AGM. And what are the contents? So what are the contents? Let's understand, guys. What are the contents? Point number A, B, C, D, E, F. F has this many point 1, 2, then G, H, I, J, K, L, and M, N, O, P, Q, then section 3A. These many points are given as the content of board report. Contents of board report. So did you see majority of the part is just the content? For exam, do you need to remember that? If you can just overview it and few points, if you can write an exam, it's good. Otherwise, not. So first of all, the web address where the person can see the annual return you've uploaded with, or how many number of meetings you have made, a director's responsibility statement. Further, it says the details in respect of the frauds reported by auditors under section 143. What is this 143 in the auditor? So that I will teach in the auditing chapter. Actually, today the central government has created this burden on the shoulder of the auditor that now while doing the auditing, if you detect any fraud, you have to report to central government and the board. And board has to notify in their board reports during the session whether auditor has detected any fraud or not. Then you have to statement about independent directors. 149 is your CA final content. In case the company is covered under section 178. Now, what is section 178? So it is about the committee, remuneration, nomination in the remuneration committee. Here. So if company is covered under section 178, that means it is compulsory for the company to committee HR committee, remuneration committee, then company's policy towards appointment and the remuneration must be placed in the board report. Then if the auditor has made any comment, any qualification in the audit report, board report must contain the explanation on that. For example, why auditor has reported that in our observation, depreciation is not provided on certain fixed assets. That is the comment in audit report. In the board report, it must contain. In the board report, it must contain the explanation of that part. Then any if any CS during the secretarial audit has made any comment qualification, you know what is qualified report is, right? Vice become may. Types of audit reports are explained to all of you. Qualified, clean, disclaimer of opinion. You know that, no? And adverse opinion. There's four kind of qualification. Like what I say is that. Or after that, you have to give the particulars about the loans and the guarantees or any investment. Then any arrangement with the related parties if you have made under section 188, you have to prescribe the board report. Company's state of affairs, so some details about the financial parameters you have to give. The amount which it, the amounts if any, which it proposes to carry to any reserves. So what amount of reserves you have transferred. The amount of any which it recommends should be paid by your dividends or dividend amount. Material changes and commitments which affect the financial position. For example, earlier you had entered into the contract for merger. Right now you are not planning for that. So what effect will be there? You have to disclose in the board report. Then what steps you have taken for conserving the energy. Then what kind of new technology you have absorbed, foreign exchange earnings and outgo if you have to provide that. Then what is your risk management policy? That also you have to mention that. Then you have to also provide the policy about the CSR. CSR, you understand? Corporate social responsibility, what steps you have taken, what charity you have made, everything you have to explain this. And if it is a listed company, then annual evaluation of the performance of the board and its committee. So how the board are performing, that also you have to mention in your board report. And if any matter as prescribed, first year, oh sorry, what first years? Okay, and any other matter? Now, further it says that provided where this disclosures referred in this section have been included in the financial statement, then such disclosures shall be referred to instead of being repeated in the board's report. So, if certain disclosures are made in the financial statements as being part of the report, financial statement reports, then the same you no need to repeat in the board report. This green color I want to give you as a homework. Subsection 4, kindly see that. The report of the board of directors to be attached to the financial statement. In case of one-person company, report containing all the explanation comments by the board on every qualification, reservation, or made by the auditor must contain. Then director's responsibility statement that will be taught you at a C or auditing chapter. That I said the director's responsibility statement. What do you mean by this? So here directors need to give certain disclosures, need to give certain statements. For example, what kind of statements they have to give? These are just the certain assurance that the company's books of accounts are prepared by applying the accounting standards. The directors have selected such accounting policies and applied them consistently. The directors had taken the proper and sufficient care to maintain proper accounting records. Directors had prepared the annual accounts on going concern basis. Directors in the case of listed company had laid down internal financial controls. Director had devised proper system to ensure the compliances with all the law. Board report and any annexure there. Okay, this much. So these many responsibility statements each and every director needs to sign. All right. Then board report and any annexures shall be signed by this point already have discussed. And the last subsection is trying to say, second last extra, sorry, that a signed copy will be given to the signed copy of every financial statement, including consolidated financial statement, if any, shall be issued and circulated or published along with the following copy. So while you're issuing the financial statement, it also contains the notes to accounts, it contains the auditor's report and the board report. So these three things will be part of your financial statements while you're giving it to anyone, whether member, investors. So somebody has asked for the financial statement copy. It will not be only balance sheet, profit and loss account. Along with that, notes to account will also be provided, auditor's report will also be provided, and board report will also be provided. So that subsection 7, so far question is not asked, but they can ask you that one investor is asking for the financial statement. So company just supplied a balance sheet in the profit and loss account. Now investor is asking for the board report, and company's argument is it is not available for the outsider like you, it is available for the members only. So company did not provide board report to the investor. Is it a valid compliance or not? What do you think about it? Is it a valid compliance? Is it a valid compliance? Answer would be, is it a valid compliance? Is it a valid compliance? Answer will be no, it's not a valid compliance. ये valid compliance नहीं है. Law clearly says whenever somebody is asking for the financial statement copy, give notes to accounts, give auditor's report, give board report as well, then it will become the valid compliance investment. And subsection 8 is the punishment if you don't follow this. If it is not compliant, these all are the punishments in subsection 8. These all are the punishments. So hey students, if you are clear till this, type the word clear. अगर यहाँ तक आपको समझ में आ गया हो तो type the word clear. So that was all about section 134. So what are the examination area from where the questions are expected? I think everything we have discussed. Okay. Guys, do you have this? Okay, can the creditors be given unaudited documents even after it is audited? Fine. It is. If look, if they are satisfied and they don't have any objection, and even company doesn't have any objection, why not to be given? Because creditors are, by the way, good for us. They are giving us the goods on credit. But if they are specifically demanding and we are not providing the exact information, then obviously it is non-compliance. So both of them are happy. There is no question for objection, beta. ठीक है? Very good. So I hope everyone's clear till this. Now, look, we are covering all the amendments as well, guys. I'm giving you 1 minute refer. Okay, okay. Today, I don't know how long this pandemic is going to survive. There are a lot of students in since last 2 years, if you see, who have spent a lot of time on screen rather than on note and pen. So I think hardly the students are using the notepad. Most of the time they are in front of the screen and they are learning the contents. So many students have this doubt, sir. Do you have any idea where we can make our study easy? Where we can make our study easy? So suppose right now you're focusing on my screen, but what if at the same time you want your material opened as well? So what you are doing, all of you tell me, at the one hand side, your computer is there. All of you are there on the computers, or some of you are using phones as well? How many of you are attending this session from by using the phone? I think Monisha, she is using from phone. No one else is using the phone, I'm afraid. Other than Monisha, no one is using the phone. Am I right, Monisha? Monisha, are you here? So, do you want to know this technique called the double screen, where one computer you can extend to two screens? So, at one screen, this is how I'm teaching right now. At here, one material is there. Here, there's a board. I can attach the multiple screens there. Why am I telling like this? Because here I'm teaching, so you can just focus here. When we want to refer to your material, simply just click on that, and at the same time, you can have that as well. Okay? If anyone wants to know, we can just shift the tabs. Yeah, that is fine, but still, if you don't want to shift the tabs and both the screens you want together, that is possible now. You can do that. और कुछ कुछ नहीं है. देखो, let me show that how I'm doing this. Okay, कुछ नहीं. So if you can see me right now, okay, look how I'm doing this. How I'm doing this. So this is my camera, as you can see. Okay. Yes, I know that my screen is a bit small, but at the same time here, I can use this screen as well. You can look at this screen, right? So look, if this is simply, I can move the contents here from this laptop to this. Are you able to see this? Like this. Look at this. This is like this. This is going like this. So it is the switch, like your screen will be extended. कुछ magic जैसा नहीं है यहाँ पे. Screen will be just simply going here and there like this. You can even drop and drag as if it is not a one screen. You can use it as the another separate screen here. Look at this, how simple it is coming. And this is how I can place here like this. So this is my material. All right. So this part is the material, and this part I can use for teaching this Excel. Did you see? This is the Excel part. What I'm using. This is the material. Now the question is, how did I do this? So you don't need to have the another separate computer for this. Simply what you need to do is take your VGA cable or HDMI cable. Simple. And if your laptop has that port, one you need to insert here, and another one you need to insert at the back side. back side of this screen. And on the screen, on the screen, now what you need to do is, if you come to this, at the right hand side, there is one option in the Windows scan. If you look at it, that's called the project. Go to project here. After going to project, look, these options would be there. PC only duplicate. Simply click on the button called extend. The moment you click on the extend, this will be doubled. And there are a few more settings you can apply. So anyone who wants to know what are those settings, I request you please go to YouTube and let's have some more settings. And if you want to know from my side, anytime you can call. So by having this, if you have the two screens, you can use that and you can make your study easy. You can make your study easy, which is our ultimate goal, by the way. Okay. Okay, guys, so after section 134, my request is let's move on to the 135. One of the, my God, God knows how many sections we are going to do. Not today's session. Today, by the way, I don't have much in my hand, only 10 minutes is there. But tomorrow's entire session will go for 135 only. पूरा हम 135 फाइल पढ़ने वाले हैं. Everything from A to Z. Everything will be only 135. So what is 135 by the way? Can I say 135 is CSR, corporate social responsibility? CSR. So how the CSR is working and how it is going, everything we need to learn in detail. So guys, write down section 134 and what are the contents of it. Just a second, let me see that. आपका मटेरियल है नहीं. Jacket, have you received the material yet? मटेरियल आपको नहीं जाना तो चाहिए. बट मिला मटेरियल जो सुनील सर ने भेजा आपको. तो यार महिमा के लोग और भी तो आंसर करो तो मुझे को पता चले कि भाई हाँ या ना कुछ ऐसा. ओके. Just one small mistake I made. I have not added a section 447 here, but I have corrected my next 447 मैंने वहाँ mention नहीं किया. महिमा से not yet sir. And Nimi says yes we have got it. I could not understand. तो निमी को मिला तो महिमा को कैसे नहीं मिला? Yeah, Nimi, that's what I'm talking about, the prospectus only. Okay, fine. Read and enjoy. Okay, any topic you could not understand, let me know. All right, so let's go to now 135, section 135. 135 is about the corporate social responsibility. Let me give the brief before I give the contents and all these questions. What is CSR is all about? So suddenly the government of India thought that companies are earning good in India, but everything is going in the pockets of directors or in the pockets of the shareholders. Nothing is getting applicable for benefits of this country. So one proposal was given to the government was to start collecting the additional taxes in the name of social welfare, like CSR taxes. You know, in the income tax did we किया बाकी है direct taxes वो तो हुआ ही होगा मेरे हिसाब से रोहित has done that, हाँ, isn't it? Direct taxes done or not done? So while you calculate the taxes, क्या होता है उसमें कि you have to apply the education cess and secondary and higher secondary cess as well. वो दोनों आपको वहां पे अप्लाई करना होता है. सो अल्टीमेटली अब बीच में कुछ एग्रीकल्चरल सेस करके भी आया था. सो अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू provision that much tax for the education purpose or higher secondary education purpose or agricultural purpose. So the same way the government thought that let's collect one more category of tax called the CSR. But one recommendation says that look, government is such a kind of institution where if they're spending some money from the above, hardly it reaches to the bottom because money is getting eaten by the lot of corrupted officers, contractors, and the people. Do you agree with this? India is infected by corruption. No one can deny this fact in India. So somebody suggested, if what is our main ambition? Our ambition is to collect money, or our ambition is the social welfare. So you tell me, what was the main objective for CSR tax? You tell me. Social welfare or just accumulate money and use for some other purpose? It was for social object. Of course, it was for social. So somebody suggested then why you are collecting this? Instead of collecting, you inform the company that if you just fulfill certain criteria and the conditions, you are coming under CSR policy. Instead of paying that money directly to the government, company will decide that where to invest it. Sorry, I should not use the word invest. Where to expend it in such a way which is good for national welfare, social welfare. If you want to use that money for education, you are allowed to do. If you want to use it for environment, it is allowed. If you want to use it for any other purpose, you are allowed to do that. So instead of pay it to the government and government then will distribute to the different segments of the society directly, you start now. So entire process of giving and taking will be eliminated. So CSR policy and the CSR rules are framed under section 135. Trust me, section 135 we need to learn less of provisions but more of rules. उसके rules इतने गजब है क्या बात ही छोड़ दो. And this time there are a lot of amendments taken place. So I am a little bit scared that your upcoming exam may contain these amendments. Upcoming exams may contain these amendments. Are you getting me? Hello? Now, what kind of provisions people may face it while learning the CSR? Provision number one, what is the date? What is the maximum rate of CSR? Is it like the 25%, 5% you want to give? No, it's not like that. By law क्या कहता है? Once you are qualified to maintain CSR policy, we need 2% of your average net profit of last 3 years. So take the net profit of last 3 years, make the average of that. apply 2% on that. Whatever amount comes, that you have to keep separate for CSR projects. Actually, this was the inspiration for the corporates because they also want to do a lot of good for the country. So 2% every year they have to expend compulsory for CSR. And the best part is now the decisions regarding where to invest, where not to invest. This decision is not controlled by the government, but it is controlled by whom? Answer the question. It is controlled by internal management of the company itself. So which one is more motivating in nature? If central government is using our money and they are spending, or we ourselves are spending, what is more motivating in nature? Understand the corporates all the times are better managers as far as this social service is concerned than the government. So now, did you see that tax collection process? First of all, going to the government and then spending back to the country. That entire process is eliminated. Now, directly company can apply that money to different charity segments. Now, there are certain rules. Let's say, can company invest or can company use that money for the charity projects which are there outside India? Law says, nahi bhai. This money we are making you to keep separate. For what reason? To make India healthy or to make others healthy? No, to make India healthy. No. So what is the rule here? The rule is not only you have to spend that money in India, but at the same time you have to focus first of all your nearby area where your operations are going on. So even if your native place in Hyderabad, you cannot spend money there if your plant is in Bangalore. So first of all, you have to target the weak areas of Bangalore, and when it is done, then you may think about others. So where your operations are there, you have to check hunger, poverty, education, whatever object you want to promote. You have to take that first. There are a lot of questions. The questions like what are the exemptions in the CSR? Let's say consistently after following the 5 years now my position is not that much so that I can afford CSR expenditures. But can I just withdraw my CSR? So what are the rules about it? What are the objectives? What about the impact of COVID-19 on CSR policy and the government regulations? So this kind of questions, students, we are going to enjoy under section 135. All of you clear with the basic brief about 135 that what we are going to face with? Hello? What we are going to face with. So maybe the time is up and I'm extremely sorry for the inconvenience. Look, when you are teaching from the home, certain home held disturbances we have to tackle. We have to tackle. We are not above that. So if there isn't some situation comes, I'm sorry, I know the class is on, but instead of cancelling this, it's better if I can delay for some 15 minutes, half an hour. Okay. So again, I'm extremely sorry for the time. कल से बेटा हम जोरों शोर से इस चैप्टर को एंड तक लेके जाएंगे ठीक है गुड लक यू कैन साइन ऑफ नाउ थैंक यू